I'm ready, sir.
We ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming. My name is Stuart Eisenberg from the law firm of Eisenberg Rothweiler, and we're here this morning to talk to you about some terrible things that happened at Glen Mills School over the course of 40 years.
Cause that's who was running that.
What was it like playing football up at Glen Mills? How did you go about getting you some playing time? Tell me what you had to go through to get that. Because that's a big deal. To get on the field at the Mills.
My thing,
started, or if you got
my thing was,
like
I ended up getting on the football team was from me really on powerlifting. Once they seen the ambition I had and the weight that I was throwing up, they was like, oh yeah.
All right.
Coach Hill and them automatically was like stuck to me from there on out. Cause I helped us win the championship that
So
year.
your first sport was powerlifting up there?
Powerlifting and wrestling.
What weight?
Wrestling, I was probably at 175, 180.
Okay. That's grown man weight.
Yeah, like 175,
So you was wrestling
180.
some big guys.
Yeah, they had. Yeah, I had. Shoot, I had.
180-pound kid in high school is pretty big.
Yeah, I had blew up. I had blew up because I didn't do nothing but work out. That's all I did. And then I got so cool with a lot of staffs. Like I had this one dude, name was it Bobby? It was Bobby, I think. He was a USA kickboxing champion. And I got cool with him. He was one of the staff members, and before he leave, he would take me down there. I'd work out with him because he know I like to work out. And he was like, I pushed him to work out.
Okay.
How much I used to be working out because I never get tired. That was my thing. Like when I start working out, I don't get tired. More I work out, the lesser it is for me.
So
You know
what are you doing at the time? Calisthenics or you lifting iron?
I'm lifting iron. We lifting USA iron.
Olympic shit.
Olympic weights. We got big 100-pound dumbbells, 150 dumbbells. Then they had everything downstairs in that basement you could think of. Like,
Yeah, I heard they training facilities one of a kind.
man, crazy. It's nothing you couldn't do in there to build your body. You just had to put in the time. And that's what I did most of the time. Like, one would be out there playing basketball, sitting around talking. I'd be coming through, going straight to the weight room.
Also, during y'all social hours,
Free
y'all
time. Yeah,
pick
you got
up whatever recreation.
Yeah, you do
want.
whatever recreation you do. You had a certain time though where you can have recreation. But me, because I had a high status, I can go whenever I want to go. But they had certain times where certain units could be down in the weight rooms. But with me, that's just what I did, and I got cool with everybody, and I was at top level that when I come down there, I ain't have no problems. Because certain units had the weight room at certain days, so you had to go through that. It was a lot of tit for tat, and you know you can go down there certain unit that don't like you, they had you in the issue. They had you in the issue, get you touched up by their staff because they don't like the way you looking at them, or you know what I'm saying. It was always a tit for tat thing, man, up there. It was like I always told people, man, when you, up there it was a different world, man. What you do out here, you don't do up there.
Totally opposite.
Total opposite. Total opposite.
So you know at this point it's closed now. You know they closed. They closed down.
Yeah, I seen that.
Did you see that coming? Did you think it would ever been a day where the media would get involved and they would finally, the police, the law would run down on them?
I didn't never think they would because Mr. Ferranola them is well connected. Like I used to go up and sit in his office and have conversation with that man. Like this man was Italian. Like this dude was well connected. Like the governor of Philly, the mayors, you know, he's sponsoring these people. This man's a billionaire, man. Like, so I didn't never think anything was gonna ever happen up there because I witnessed a lot of stuff and nothing ever came out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Just like regular.
It was like regular. They covered things up. Like a person would get hurt bad, staff would whoop on somebody real bad, they'd cover it up. They'd take you up to their infirmary, have you up there. They had a black nurse up there Miss Kim, that's what I used to call her. She was like Miss Parker, boy. I'll never forget this lady. Boy, I'm telling you, Miss Parker, you hear me?
Right.
Cold lady from Philly, man. But yeah, they would cover it, man. They would heal you up, and shoot, man. And you wasn't never allowed to speak to your family or tell your family anything was going on up there. If you did, motherfucker, you would have no communication at all. Like, and like if your family come up and visit you, and if they overhear you say anything about what's going on up there, man, they visit over with. They walking your family out. They don't care about nothing.
Oh, and you talking about what's going on?
Yeah.
Wow.
Man, visit over with. And it would just be so crazy because they have people sitting around you, and like you be walking your family through the campus, showing your family stuff, you know what I'm saying? They covering up. They, you know, as people's family coming to certain areas, they already calling down, telling people, hey, such and such bringing their family down here. Da 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 da. You know, get right. Have it, you know, looking like ain't nothing, you know. You know, they had it pretty looking. So once the family leave and you said something, man, you in the issue. You lose all your status. If you already a peon, okay, you a peon still. So, hey, you get roughed up. They bring you up to team leaders. Then you gonna come to the meeting on that Friday where all the top reps be there, and we gonna give you feedback.
Right.
And feedback could be anything. It could be roughing you up, spitting in your face.
In front of everybody?
In front of everybody. In front of everybody. That's what they call harsh, what was it called? Harsh, it was called harsh something. It'll come to me. But yeah, it was harsh discipline or some shit like that. You know, this would be a soft discipline, a harsh discipline. Yeah, it would be a harsh discipline. When they say harsh discipline, I mean, motherfucker, you go all up in his face, you bitch ass nigga, hoe ass nigga, we got to call it the night early. We can't watch movies tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like, they take shit from the unit. Right. Motherfuckers get in trouble.
Right.
Motherfucker, ain't no home ticket, ain't no phone tickets this week. Yeah. So you can't go in there and use the ticket, cause some motherfuckers ain't got no money. You know, and that was another good thing. We have money up there. You got to keep money. But once you get a certain status, motherfucker, you was getting like 200, 250, 500.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? You know, they just pay you with your tickets.
Do you recall the first incident you seen up there? Like your first, imagine you coming off the sheriff van or whatever, you just getting to the facility.
Shit, your
you
first
see them
incident,
hop on a motherfucker ass.
Your first incident gonna be when you first get there. Automatically, somebody's gonna get touched. Your first child, man. Somebody is gonna be in that child hall getting touched, man.
Why? Because they're not eating correctly?
You're not eating fast enough. You coming in there, you done seen somebody that you know and you ain't told the staff. Certain team leaders come in, you got to be, you know, hands to the side, look them in their face.
Right.
And you know, you got dudes coming fresh off the streets. Some of these dudes are stone cold killers. Like, you got dudes that family members was top leaders in gangs that they kids was getting this stuff and coming up there. So these dudes is spoon fed and street gang mentality.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got them dudes coming, they ain't what? Nigga looking at them staff members like, white dude, you don't get out of my face. Okay.
You serious?
They slamming you, beating you up. There's a whole group of them. They beating kids bad, man.
What cities was there when you was there?
Every city, every 50 state. Everybody, every 50 state of the United States was there. I met people that was from the Bermuda.
Who stood out there? What state stood out? Athletically. I heard that the guys from Texas.
You had a lot of dudes from Texas. Yeah, we had a lot of tough dudes that was from Texas, like football, basketball.
I heard they was like that in football.
Yeah, football and basketball. Cause we had a dude that was up there. I don't know what ever happened to dude, but he's supposed to have been like top high school football running back. Cause see, that was the thing too about Glen Mills. Like, we played the #1 teams in everything, like the top teams in each state. And they had their own like division, like we was the top division in high school. You know what I'm saying? So when you left Glen Mills, they gave you that chance to go to college, but you had to stay there for like a year after your time was up.
Right.
And you taking college courses while you up there.
College prep.
Yeah. So, you know, but it was just the things you had to go through, man. As you doing your time there, you know, it depends on. To me, it was a thing as in, what do you got when you leave here?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you got a family, because it was a dude from Florida, man. He ain't had no family to go home to. So they pretty much raised him, man. Sent him to college. Dude from Miami. Raised him. His family got killed and all that while he was up there.
So, Glen Mills can be a life preserver for some guys.
Some guys.
It enhances some guy's situation. Like, for instance, if a dude was a bum on the streets, dirty, low self-esteem
Right.
and shit, would they build him up there at the Mills?
They will build you up, but it's all about you taking it in and learning and building yourself up. You know what I'm saying? They give you the strength to build yourself up because they make sure you healthy, they feed you, you know what I'm saying? They make you do exercises.
Even if he wasn't doing a sport, you had to do.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That was the thing. Like,
Was it required that everybody there do a sport?
yeah. If you didn't do a sport, your status wasn't going up.
Right.
Unless you was good in a craft, because you also had trade schools up there.
Right.
Now, if you was good in the craft, you know, they had machine shop, printer thing. Man, they had all type of trades you get up there. So if you was good in something like that and you excelled, they you know, they honor, they look out for you if you're doing something for yourself. But if you ain't and you just getting in trouble, you're gonna learn. They gonna break you. They gonna break you.
How long was you there?
I was there almost 3 years.
During your 3 years, was it a body of students, that's they was called, that was rowdier than others? Was it any problem students up there?
Oh yeah, it always
Specific
was that.
city?
It always, to me, it seemed like California was more the problems up there.
Oh, they was kind of radical?
Yeah, they was radical because the gang culture they grew up around.
Right.
And then with them, it was like when they seen rivals on site, they was on go.
Even at the Mills?
Even up there, they take a whooping. You know what I'm saying? They were taking whoopings from the staff members for trying to go after guys and not letting the staff members know that they knew this person.
So this is something that I haven't really heard much of. It was actual violence
Oh,
at
yeah.
the Mills.
Oh, yeah.
Vision Quest, it was 24/7 daily.
Yeah.
From the time you get there. But it used to be incidents at the Mills.
Automatically.
Geographical shit. Or
Yeah. Like, man, once you go back into your unit, it was whatever you gonna do, man. Because each unit, like at nighttime, you might got 2 to 3 staff members there, if that. And my unit, I was in Polk Hall. That's the biggest unit with the most stairs. I think we had 3 floors in Polk Hall. I think it was 3 or 4 stairs. And the staff members, they would be in their office. You know, some of them, they'd be so tired, they'd be sleeping in their office.
Yeah.
So anything can go. You do whatever. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
So-
And a lot of dudes, they want to get into issues. So like fights, you go in the bathroom. Get it on. Fight in your room. Dudes fighting in their rooms, all that.
What happened if they get caught fighting?
Get caught fighting, you get your status, you lose your status. You become a peon. You got to walk around with staff for almost a week. I think it was like a week. It depends on really how the staff took it and if they like you. Cause I done seen dudes getting issues and getting fights and walk with the staff members for a day or two and be right off. But a lot of them dudes was on there for a week. You got to walk around with a booklet, a little booklet in your hand, and everywhere you go, they make you clean. Man, they would, like I said, it could build you or it could break you down, because if you didn't learn how to get your status up, you became a victim of the place.
What's the name of the, I don't know, confrontation when they put their hands on you? In VQ they called it a R3. That means they taking you to the ground.
That's the harsh. That's the harsh. What they call it? Harsh verbal. That's the harsh verbal when they do that.
A harsh verbal, but
It's a harsh
physical.
verbal. It's physical.
But
It's called physical harsh verbal. Is when they gonna bust you down, like.
That sounds like 3 of them motherfuckers.
3 of them motherfuckers, and these ain't regular dudes, man. These are USA powerlifters, NFL football players, college Pro Bowlers, ex Super Bowl champions,
Yeah, I heard all that.
USA Olympians. They NFL players. Like our one staff member, he was just there until he NBA basketball players too. He was only there until I think he had twisted his ankle or bruised his shoulder. He was the Giants center.
And he was
Last name. And he was a staff member in our unit.
Wow.
He was a staff member in our unit until he got
Until he healed up. It's
And
crazy.
man,
There were some staff members that stood out amongst others that you can remember. It's a certain name that's been ringing.
Listen,
Mike. See if you say it.
Mike Tolliver. Man. Bob, that was my dude though. He was cool with me from powerlifting. Bob,
McCloskey.
yeah, Bob McCloskey. That was our powerlifting coach.
Yeah.
That was the.
I heard he was notorious.
Yeah, he was notorious, but he was notorious if he didn't like you. And see, that was the thing. Like with me, like I said, it was the ticket. If you was a slouch and you didn't want to play sports, you went through it, man. You had to be, but see, the thing was too, like they let you know when they come interview you about this place is an opportunity for you to excel, to go to college and play sports if you like sports.
Right.
I like the sports. I always played sports. So yeah, I took the opportunity and I knew what I was going towards and what I was up against. You know what I'm saying? Because I just got my mind set on what I was going to do when I got there. Man, I'm about to play sports, get my status up, and get on out of here if I can. You know what I mean? Because
What did you do for the wrestling program? Whenever a guy from, certain regions are known for certain sports. And,
Pennsylvania was known.
Yeah, that's what I'm
We
getting.
was known right off rip. The coach, the head coach of us, he wrestled for USA, and he remember the cars. He knew all the cars. He was smart. He knew the history. He knew the history of us, of Erie. He was like, "Oh, you from Erie too?" When I got there, they already had Mike Nevins and Mike Crosby was on the team when I got there.
Okay.
So when me and Sean got there, I made Sean get on there with me. Cause I told him, I said, man, this is something. Cause Sean never wrestled.
Right.
Sean never wrestled. When he got there, I worked with him, showed him, and Sean was kicking butt too. And that's how he got his stats up. He was kicking butt on the wrestling, but Sean had some sharks in his unit that I couldn't always watch over him.
Right.
He always bounced right back and get his status back. Sean was smart. He knew how to get back.
Tell me about Glen Mills' home basketball games.
Man, the games.
Somebody like Chester
The
comes.
games. Any sporting event was like, it was like you was in Philly, man. Like, girls, we get, you know what I'm saying? You get them girls from Chester, Philly. When we playing them teams, they coming in. Like, it's like you on the street. They let you live a little, but you had to had respect. You couldn't talk to them girls. You know what I'm saying? You had to be slick with it. You had to be slick with it. You would pass a number, have somebody, you know, because a lot of times, a lot of dudes that was from Philly, they had their family members come up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Was you up there during the Kobe Bryant era?
Up there. I might have been.
Lower Marion.
I might have been, but I really wasn't. I used to go to the games, man, but then sometimes I wouldn't go to the games, you know what I mean? Because I was just always doing sports, so I was
training and shit.
Training, working out. I didn't go to a lot of them unless I was just already down there at the gym and just, you know what I'm saying? The main thing that I really went to go see a lot was like the track and field. Because track and field,
the pen relays and shit,
they had the girls coming too.
Right.
See, the girls would come up there, man. Woo, it was something to see, boy. Them Chester girls, the Philly girls, that would like make your whole month. You be so happy to see some girls and talk and like get your talk on the lightweight. Right. Man, you in a whole nother world, man.
It was a Battling Bulls home football game, like.
Unbelievable. Because we was be amped up. Get to take your anger out, man. Shit, man, you up there training all the time, man. Like, and then you finally get to show what you've been training for.
Yeah.
That's how it should be, man. And you be so full of energy and being so healthy, man.
Because of my platform and shit, I done had people in my comments who played against Glen Mills and shit like that. And a lot of people was like, man, they was some of the biggest kids I ever seen.
Yeah, they used to always like try to
they was
make them test us.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, we had the tailback from Texas.
Yeah. Did he have gold teeth and some shit?
Yeah, we had two of them.
They was talking about them tailbacks from Texas, man.
Yeah.
They was like, man, these dudes, man, you couldn't even hit these dudes, man.
Yeah.
You hurt yourself.
It was so crazy because one of them tailbacks, he's supposed to went to college, but I think at the end of the day, they worked him so much up there that he had a bad injury back then. When it was time for him to get ready to go to college, I think it was like because he was in my unit. He always had all this wrapped up. When I first came in, forgot what the heck happened to him. Then we had a younger one that was underneath him, the young boy from Texas. He was a dog, but he ended up not staying. He ended up leaving after his time because he didn't have that much time. They was mad. They were trying to get him to stay.
What's the longest sentence you seen being served up there?
Ooh, man, I think that dude was from Florida, man. I think he probably was up there like 8-9 years or some shit. But they like, I want to say Mr. Ferranola and them adopted him or some shit. Because while he was gone, his mom and his dad and them had got killed or died some way somehow, and he was good in with that hockey sack. He was playing hockey sack. He had a scholarship for hockey sack. And he was like a fucking kid too, man. Big as a motherfucker. This motherfucker like 250 some shit, man. Big motherfucker from Florida, man. Bald head. I can't remember. He got to college or they got rid of him. He was there. Damn. I can't remember dude's name. Roll them know his name.
Who was the when you was there? Who was Mr. Glen Mills? Who was the like super? Could guys play multiple sports up there?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Did y'all have any Bo Jackson type niggas or anything like that? Any guys playing 2 sports up there, 2-3 sports?
Yeah, we had the one dude. We had the one dude from Texas. He was good. He was a good wide receiver. I just can't remember his name. And the motherfucker could jump out the gym. We was calling him Vince Carter's. Motherfucker was slim, motherfucker, but had a long. He was built like how the dude played for the Spurs. He played for the Kawhi Leonard. He was built like Kawhi Leonard with them long ass arms.
Yeah.
But the dude wasn't that tall. This motherfucker might have been 6 foot. This motherfucker jump out the gym. and could catch because he had big ass hands. Motherfucker looked like an alien. He looked funny. That motherfucker could play. Motherfucker, I mean, dribble, dunk from anywhere. That motherfucker was doing Jordan dunk, going underneath, dunk, and all. Man, this dude was crazy. Out of Texas. I ain't remember that dude's name, man.
What all sports did they offer? I got one more question after this. What all sports did they offer up there?
Shit, they offered every sport you could think of. All of it.
Swimming?
Volleyball teams, hockey sack, powerlifting.
Lacrosse.
Yeah, lacrosse. That's what I was keep talking about, hockey sack, lacrosse. Yeah, lacrosse was a big thing too. They were sending a lot of dudes to college, to big top colleges out of lacrosse. Yeah, but the biggest dude that I know of that made it through college and went to the NFL was my dude Jones. He from Cleveland. Him and Roe was like this. Yeah, he made it to Cleveland. He made it to college. He went to Pitt, and then from Pitt, he went to Baltimore and got a championship with Baltimore. I know him to this day. I know his sister and everything. I'm cool with him.
Shout out to him.
Yeah.
Shout out to him. Last thing I'm gonna ask you. The whole time up there, the 3 years you was up there, do you remember a standout confrontation that you'll never forget?
I think when our quarterback Bay, he was a concierge. He had did his time and came back and stayed on off campus in this dorm that they had for guys that came back and was going to go to college. So they had a type of thing with these guys that they paid them good money to stay there, and every weekend they take them to Philly shopping, they go to movies and all that. But they to me they still was locked up. So you know he came in the cafeteria one time and he had on some flip-flops. When you come to the cafeteria, you got to have on your whole uniform, button downs, you know, and all that.
Yeah.
And he came in there, flip-flops, you know, all suave dude. He was from West Virginia. He was our quarterback, top quarterback. They would send him to college. He had a lot of colleges looking at him. And a lot of staff members was getting tired of his mouth because now he constantly having confrontations with them. So this time they just had enough and they jumped him. They jumped him in there, staff members. He got into one of them team leaders' face and they whooped him like, they whooped him bad, man. They whooped him bad. He was a light-skinned and half dude from West Virginia. They whooped him real bad.
And he was the quarterback.
They sent him out of there. They sent him out of there. That messed our season up that year. Because now we had a scary dude that didn't really know how to throw the ball. Because he ain't never get no time to.
Right. Right.
This dude, Babe, been the quarterback for the last 2-3 years. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I appreciate your time, my nigga. Rashee, it's always a pleasure, man.
For sure, bro.
Yep. Shout out to you, man. You made it out of Glen Mills, man. Well put together, man. I love you to death. Appreciate you.